Hey, this is Barry with the 1842. Today we're going to do things a little bit different. This video is a little longer than most, and it's more about CNC machining than box building. I had the pleasure a couple of weeks ago to speak to Cam Anderson, and one of the things that he told me about my YouTube channel was that I needed to stop making them in parts, that it was okay to let the video be a little bit longer. So today I'm going to show you how I made this out of this and how things almost went horribly wrong. I thought I'd bring y'all along for something that I don't normally do, and I've already started it, failed twice, and thought at least I'd keep trying and maybe give y'all a look at it and see how it works. The first shot at it, let me bring you around here so you can see. Yeah, that was the first shot at it, and you know, depth matters. Took it about that long before it broke the bit. So then I thought that I would try again. Whirl that around there. Shallowed it up a little bit. And only took it that long to break a bit. So, as most people would do, you would think that you would want to experiment a little bit more, but no. We're going full force. We're going to go ahead and make the whole thing. Full send, feed her to the onions, as Derek would say. So, let's get started. Most of you may know this is what I'm used to. A little smaller, easier to work with. If I mess this up, you know, it makes great kindling. But you start messing up big ones like these, it becomes an issue. And a little on the pricey side. Alright, so the first thing I did while trying to prepare this piece was fill a hole or two. Had a hole there, had a hole back there. Use the machine to cut those out. I don't know what this was, but only going to need this much of it, so I stopped there. And of course, as soon as I started filling this up, guess what? Yep, it found a hole. And now I've got whatever that is all down in there. So that track will never work again. Great. Alright, so here's what it's going to look like, we hope, when we're done. So we'll bring up program, see if we can get here and get our height of the board, or our Z set. So a little closer. Turn that on. Do our best to line this bad boy up. Alright, I'm going to tell it that that's where we want to work. That there. And let's touch the top. Yeah, sometimes it's better if it goes slow. Alright, so now we know where Z is. Okay, I've made an executive decision. For the rough cut, we're going with a 3/8. A 1/4 inch just snap. I've already broken two of them. I don't want to waste another one. Besides, that one's flat when it should be a ball nose. I don't know. I'm just lucky I caught it when I did. Okay, with the 3/8 inch bit, it says it's going to look this good. I find that hard to believe. Just don't think it. I don't think it can. But hey, The computer box doesn't usually lie to me. So we'll see. Alright, so now let's import it in here. See what this looks like. Where'd you go? And it's going to be the rough cut. Let's see if it'll show us a little depiction of what it's going to... It's not very big. Not big enough. Alright, normally at this point I would hit the enter button and just walk away. Not gonna lie, a little bit scared. So let's see. Make sure we got everything. It's not going anywhere. God help me, I hope it doesn't move. So ready, set, go. We'll have to check on it later. Okay, it's been about 10 hours now, 561 minutes to be exact. There was a couple of things that happened that I wasn't counting on. What I didn't think about was that this piece of wood was an old table. It's called heart pine, and the table was so big it was in a bank, and in order for them to get it apart, they had to cut it up. So I got a piece of it, and what I didn't think about was the joinery. So what we'll do is we'll turn the camera around here in just a second and go over there and look at it and try to see what's next. Okay, so I don't know if some of you may have seen it while it was happening. Evidently, here's a piece of wood, here's a piece, obviously. Here's some joinery there. That's glue, and there's a void behind it. This was of my own doing, and this was close. As you can see, I had a little bit of room left over there. I got too much room over there, and I got too much room back here, so obviously I didn't find the middle like I thought I did. Got a spot here, got a hole back there. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go in here and hit these with some CA glue before I do the finish run. Try to build them up enough so that during the finish run, it'll go ahead and cut what's missing. Do the same up here too. Not sure how old this table was, but I think it's going to serve us well. Anyway, try to do a time lapse of the finished product, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, this is one of the more frustrating things that happen when you're doing a big carve. Power went out for 3.41375 seconds. Brought everything to a screeching halt. Let's go look at it. So here's what approximately 7 to 8% looks like. And that's what the computer does when power goes out. So basically what I'm going to have to do is go into the G code, figure out what 7% of that G code is, or maybe 93%, and add it back and see if I can get it to start where it stopped, or really close, because I think it was up to 185 minutes. So I'm just trying to keep from having to run that all over again. So let's see what we got. Okay, just kind of wanted to give you a look at the G code. As you can see here, it starts with 1, and each one of these is a command. So at the end is 1,706,071 lines of code. So what I think I have to do is go in here and figure out, if that's my number, what is 93% of that, and take out the 7 that it's already cut. So let's get the old calculator out and see what we got. Okay, so if that's correct, 7% of that's going to be about 119,000 lines of code, which leaves 1,586,651. So what I did was open up another notepad, and we'll see if I can find 119, somewhere around in there. I know there's probably somebody screaming back there in the back that says, hey, you know you can do that if you do so and so. Well, that's all well and good, but I think I got this. I hope I got this. I don't want to lose those 3 hours that I've already lost, and I'm going to lose more time running my mouth. So let me see if I can find that line, and I'll be back. Okay, so I located 119,420 lines. Let's see see how long this takes. Oh my God, this is going to take forever. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if I can do a shift to and from. Let me try that. Okay, looks like that might have worked. See, I'd like to see the other end of it before I... Nope, that didn't work. Well, wait a minute. Yes, it did. It's just that this is moving so quick. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and just backspace. And whoa, oh, nope. Don't mess that line up. Okay. So now we're going to save this. That's something questionable. Let's put it back in here. Let's just call it 119,420. See if that'll work. Okay. Now, let's see if this will go back to where it was. If we hit the old go back to where you was button. Okay. So, if it remembers, I'm not going to mess with this. Hopefully it'll remember where the top was. If it don't, it's going to drill a hole right down through the middle and no, never stop. Just okay. So maybe that worked. I just had to rename it a .tap file, which is what this is used to. And you can see where it's not going to do anything here because it believes it already has. So there's nothing left to do except hit the go button. So let's go. Alright, so you can see how far off we are. Could have probably gotten by with 8%. But I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that it's not destroying itself. So, we'll see what we got later. Okay, good people. I got updates. Started it back Sunday. Today's Tuesday. Just got back from the academy. It ran out sometime while I was gone. 2,436 minutes. I think it works out roughly to about 40 hours. Take away the 3 hours on Sunday that it ran before the power went out, so we're looking at about 43 and a half hours. So let's take a look at it and show you what we got. Okay, so let's kind of go over it and look and see what we got. It looks better. It's cleaner. It's really smooth. I mean, that's about the best I'm gonna do. But it's got issues. Something I didn't foresee because I don't do these, and just didn't know. That 1/8 inch bit, well, it wasn't long enough. See, that's all I left myself right there. Oh, come on, focus. Yep. That's all I left. Well, it wasn't enough to reach in there and do what needed to be done, which I guess once it got down in here, it's supposed to cut it off. So that's my bad, not knowing. Now, obviously, this whole thing's going to be painted, so technically, it's going to be a waste of wood because you'll never see this wood. All of this will be gold. Everything will have its own color, but this is disappointing. I'll try to fill it in and do what I got to do before I paint it. Some of the CA glue held up. Yeah, some of it didn't. So now we're going to do a profile and go all the way around the outside there. Get that fixed up. Get it cut out using a much longer bit. see what we can do. Okay, problem number 87,300. So, when the power went off Sunday, guess what file did not get saved? Yeah, the one that I altered to make this. So, I'm not about to guess and see if I can get a profile bit to go around here. I'm going to take the old trusty Sawzall and go around there by hand, and then have to clean it up and make it look better at some other point. Save your work, folks. Save your work. Okay, fellas, it's been a minute since I did anything with this. I did paint it. Thought that might help me, help some of these places, these blemishes show up a little bit better so that I can do something about them. But I wanted to do something to make it look a little bigger, a little thicker. So I dug out some cherry. Didn't even know I had it. So when I found it, I was kind of glad. This will work, I think, a little bit better than the oak that I had. And if I want to stain it, try to get a better color out of it, then I think I can, because it's already so light. But what I had to do is basically just grab some kind of sphere, stuck a hole in the middle of it, stuck an ink pen on it, and went around. So I got a 2-inch profile around the outside. Probably could do this on the CNC, but it's just quicker. I don't think that the setup is going to be as much fun as you would think. So I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to cut my boards, and then I'm going to put them on this side. So there won't be anything in the middle. It'll save wood by only using what's going to be seen. Maybe this much on the inside, so I'll have plenty to run a screw through, get it to stick to it. But just want to give you an update, show you what's going on with this. Okay, slight update. Got the circle made. That's going to serve as a background, or the outside piece to that piece. And as a word of precaution, or as a piece of advice, don't cut your circles out until after you glue them up, because it's kind of like you chasing it. You can't get enough clamping pressure to do what you need to do, and some of your joints turn out looking like Fido's ass sewed up with barbed wire. I'm just saying. All right, try to dress it up a little bit. Hit it with the OG bit, whatever that is. Roman OG? Yeah. Bleep bloop that down there for me. Tell me, how do you say that? Alright. That's basically what it's going to look like. I still hadn't made up my mind whether I'm going to go with this cherry or use some kind of stain. I don't know. Okay. So it's the next morning. It's like 11 o'clock. Early. That's what I'm saying. And I think I'm done painting. I like it. I like it a lot. So this afternoon, hopefully, after work, we get that profile mounted on it. See how we'd like it. Then go from there. Okay, we're just about done. I put a coat of clear on it, and I think it's getting there. Probably have to do a little buffing. That soaked up a good bit of it there. The paint looks good, the outside doesn't. So we'll look at it again tomorrow and see where we are.